To see you all today. I'm really glad that you've joined us. Hallelujah, glory to God. How are you all doing? It's a lovely sunny morning, and I've got an appointment to go to the pub later on. So I'm going to go and chill out in the pub garden. What are you laughing at, bruv?
I just remind me of that comment when you went fishing the other day and somebody said that made a change from the pub.
Oh, is it? Yeah. But the thing is, like, when the pub's open, like, and that's somewhere that we can all meet together, it's a good shout, isn't it? You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's not too many places nearby that you can meet together, is there?
Like 4 parks, like within walking distance of here, isn't there?
Was that Lou? Was that Lou? Oh, I'm meeting with Rose and Phil in a little while. Yeah, after the service today. And then I've got another meeting about. Oh, do you like Rose? Do you and Phil? Yeah. So and then after that, I've got a meeting with Mr. Gary Gibson, the church planting team at 4 p.m. And in between, lads, I need your help in between. Is that all right? Because I need to move out. I need to deliver a table later on. So I start doing business whilst I'm on the screen.
So as you can see, today we're organising Darren's personal life.
Brilliant, love that. Yeah. So hello, Anne. How you doing? And Shelley as well. I can see on here too. Hope you're well today. I see April's online as well. She's also in the room as well. And good morning, Julie and Lauf as well. Glad you're all joining us. Just so you're aware, we have lots of team members who are watching for like people to comment and stuff from all around the UK, I guess, but specifically in the Midlands area where we're trying to plant a whole bunch of churches. So we're really glad that you've made it here this far, and we're really trying to help you to connect with God firstly, but also connect with us as a church, because that's quite important, isn't it? Yeah. So if you are watching, you might be watching on YouTube, and this might be your first ever time of connecting with us. Why not hit the subscribe button? That'd be really good. And then I think you get a little notification, do you? If we go, is that right?
Yeah, you can press the notification bell as well to get notified every time that we are uploading or doing something live.
There you go, because we do quite a lot online, so we've got loads of stuff going on. So yeah, hit us up on the old YouTube app and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be able to see all the stuff that we've got coming up. So this first part of our service is or our time together is a bit of a chill and chat really before we start our church service on a Sunday. So in about 20 odd minutes or so we'll start church, but until then we're just chilling out. So this is Pastor Harry, I'm Darren. For all you guys who don't know who we are, I've got a bit of dog hair on me, which is really frustrating because it's just been washed. Typical. If you've got a dog and it's got white hair and you wear black trousers, it's not good news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is that a pet peeve? A pet peeve as well is quite. There we go. That was a funny accident. That, you know what I mean? Yeah, thank you, Lem. Very punny. Yeah, brilliant. Do you have any pet peeves? Do you, Hazza?
Dogs in general.
Dogs in general.
I'm joking. Don't kill me, people. Don't kill me. But I'm not a dog person. I'm not. Yeah, or cat person. Cats are worse.
No. Okay.
They definitely
cats
are.
Are definitely worse.
They definitely are. Even cat owners know that cats are worse than dogs.
Like cat hair is like really fine as well, isn't it? It's like really, really thin hair, isn't it?
And cats they're just waiting for you to die so they can eat your face, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh. I've heard that cats are always out to murder us. Do you know what I mean? Like if they would, then they like if they could, then they would, sort of thing. They would definitely eat you.
I mean, and to the Egyptians, they were false idols, weren't they? So
really?
they worship cats.
I'm going to sneeze.
Well done for not doing it down the mic.
I know, well done me. That's why we have microphones, like this, handheld mic, so I can take it out of the way. Yeah, glory. Oh dear, I think that was my COVID test, like coming back up from earlier on. Just so you know, we take COVID tests every week. Did you do yours last night? I did mine this morning.
I'm all good. I hate the nose when it tickles your nose, man. That's horrible. Yeah.
And Laura did hers wrong, so she had to do it twice.
Oh, got in.
Didn't put enough of the juice on. There you go. Anyhow, let us know what you're doing this week in the comments.
It's
we'd
Easter
love to
in Athens.
It's Easter
in Athens, apparently.
Oh, is it? Oh, of course, yeah. Greek Orthodox, yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense, yeah. And I think, how about the Catholic Church? Do they have Easter at a different time?
The same as us. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think we're the same as them technically.
Yeah, and
I think they set the rules first.
Easter is based on Passover, which interestingly isn't at the same time as Easter each year. So what's that all about?
Well, yeah. So the Easter for us as a Christian nation and stuff is based on the lunar cycle, isn't it? So
yeah.
it's like.
Well, so is Passover. So Passover was like the first full moon of the such and such, something like that, isn't it?
I have no idea, to be honest,
Yeah,
mate. I
yeah.
just wait for them to tell me when it's going to be next year. I put it in Google and have a look because, you know, in the same way as, like, you know, the Queen's second birthday, it doesn't have to be on the actual day to actually have significance. So, you know,
Okay.
and so I'm not too worried about dates.
So what's the Queen's Jubilee? What's that?
That's the anniversary of her becoming a queen, isn't it?
Okay.
So,
Cool.
so she has her official birthday.
Yep.
Then she has her actual birthday.
Yep.
And then she's got the Jubilee or anniversary of her coronation.
Cool. So next year apparently is a big Jubilee for the Queen. Was it like 75 years?
75 years, I think, yeah.
And the Wexside, the local estate around here, they messaged me the other day like, "Hey Dazza, could you help us to put on a street party?"
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's great." Although there is a little something in me that just thinks, you know, like Ignite Church is going to be like held to blame when there's a riot. You know what I mean? So like. And you know, so like our insurance, you know, Dazza helped us out, all that sort of stuff. And then all of a sudden, when it all kicks off, they'll be going, "Oh, that's Darren's fault." So I'm like, "Yeah, of course, I'll help you out with a street party."
It's all right. We'll just get everybody to say that you acted on your own. It wasn't Ignite Church.
That'd be great. I'll just get arrested. There we go. Brilliant. I'll get arrested for having a street party down on the Wexside. It won't be the first time something that's happened, I'm sure. But it's all good. Lovely. Happy days. So let us know, like, in the comments and stuff. What are you up to today? Do you have any, like, big plans? Good morning, Rose, by the way. I know, Rose, we've got a big plan. We're going to go and get a drink down at the pub. Can't wait for that. And you're right, mate.
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. It just makes me chuckle.
It's so good. So yeah. Where's your favourite? You got a favourite pub in town?
I wouldn't say I have a favourite. I don't go often enough.
Huh?
Yeah, it's just not my scene anymore, mate. Like, yeah, I think I got old.
I went off it for a long time because whenever I went into a pub, I felt like a little bit anxious. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if it's social anxiety or it could have been that, you know, my previous life when going into a pub, it was usually, you know, we was going to get drunk and have a fight, you know. So, and for some weird reason, my face is just a sort of face that always gets punched. You know what I mean? So
I think the issue is that your face is attached to your mouth.
Okay.
And it's your mouth that gets you punched. I think that's the problem.
I feel like I'm having a revelation right now. But yeah, so all right, mate.
You did set that up, bro.
Well, you know, like, but yeah, like I remember, like for a long time, I'd still be really anxious about going into pubs, and then I think probably it might have been last summer. Was in lockdown, I think, and I went for a walk because I was feeling particularly stressed and overwhelmed and stuff. So I went for a walk, and I went for this massive long walk with a dog. And then I came back and I was like, and I think I went without the dog the first time. And then a second time I was like, I still need another walk. I still feel like rubbish, you know. So I went for another walk, this time with a dog, did the same walk again, massive long walk. I got back with a dog and the dog was like, I can't walk anymore. So I was like, oh, what do I do now? So I thought I'll just walk down to the pub and Aston Villa were playing. So I thought, I'll just have a quick whiskey, you know. And so I stayed there for a little while. But I realised then that I had like this feeling of I guess insecurity maybe or social anxiety had left me, you know. So I think I'm not anxious about going to the pub anymore, which is really cool, isn't it? So
yeah, I think for me, you know, my life pre-salvation, you know, pre-meeting Jesus, like gravitated around a pub. So it wasn't just any pub; it was a pub. It was the pub, you know, I worked at, we hung out at. You know, I'd spend more time there than anywhere else. Yeah, and I think. Especially as I've moved away from Redditch and my local and all that sort of stuff, I'm just like, it wasn't really about the pub. It was about the people I was with. Yeah. And I just, so I'm just like, I've got no issue going to a pub. But I'm just like, actually, like, I prefer to go to snooker hall or something.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Last time I went to a snooker hall, I got arrested. Oh, no.
No, because I've been to a snooker hall with you.
I was going to say,
you didn't get nicked then.
Yeah. No, I didn't get
we had
then,
very different ends of nights if you got nicked.
Maybe the last time before was a Christian I got arrested, and I think I've been to a snooker hall maybe 3 times since then. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's funny, isn't it? The world is a different place nowadays. So Hazza, you were mentioning before we came on about a story from NASA this week?
Well, yes, it's not really. Yeah, Michael Collins, bless him, has succumbed to the cancer battle he was having, and he's passed away. And most people are like, Michael Collins, who's that? Which is a real shame because he is a bit of a legend. But Michael Collins was the third man on the Apollo 11 mission, first mission to the moon, where Neil Armstrong famously stepped off, and so did Buzz Aldrin. But I really like Michael Collins because he's an absolute lad, right? He did all the training that these guys did. He did everything these guys did. And he's the guy that sits in the lander to make sure they can get back safely. Because he had to stay in there and keep it all going and all that sort of stuff. And just what a hero, man. Like, he did all the work and nobody really remembers him because they remember who came first. And there's a couple of stories in the Bible that reminds me of, Jonathan and his armor bearer. Yeah. But the armor bearer does everything Jonathan does. And he just gets recorded as the guy that carried Jonathan's armor. And so I think, yes, there's some great heroes out there that have done significant work that we don't really remember. But one of the best things I heard about him, and I wouldn't die on this. I don't know if this is 100% true, but I heard that Michael Collins is like the king of banter. And as they were going to the moon, they were discussing what was going to be said back to Earth when they landed. And obviously, we know Neil Armstrong said, "This one great step for mankind," and all that. But apparently Michael Collins turned around to him and go, "If you've got any bottle, you would scream down the microphone and then say, 'What is that?'" And I'm just like, how great is that? The first guy to visit the moon.
Brilliant.
And pretend that there's like a monster on the moon.
Excellent. Love that.
Banter.
That would have been absolutely brilliant. That would have been.
Yeah.
That's
April Fools.
That's if you actually believe they landed on the moon, because there is.
You're upset, people, because I think the Earth is flat, and I think if you even think there's a moon, you've been duped, haven't you?
Yeah. That big round thing up in the skies. You
What you believe? You believe they didn't land on the moon? What, you believe in a moon?
you ever seen that film? What's that film where the guy's like in a TV show? Truman Show. Brilliant. This is just a world just for you, by the way, and that isn't the real sky. That's just like a big old force field thing.
I don't know whether we should go into this because people get freaked out by this stuff. There is some real scientific discussion at the minute about whether or not this is all just some massive simulation on a computer.
Oh, wonderful!
And whether or not we would even know if it was. And what's the likelihood of that?
A bit existential.
Yeah. but now they're doing proper scientific theory into it and how mathematically it's more probable than it accidentally existing.
It'd have to be a really good program.
Which is scientists secretly saying that life's more likely to be created than to accidentally come about, which reminds me of a guy called Jesus, right, who created the Earth. So I love it, right, when they have these conversations, they're like, mathematically, it's more probable we're a simulation and created. Well, sorry, did you just say you believe in creation?
There's this story that I think I saw it this morning from the Telegraph. I think it is something about like sexuality and stuff and gender and all that sort of stuff. And the Telegraph have been posting some really weird stuff lately. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder whether I'm even following the actual Telegraph. Okay. Because first they're posting.
I thought the Telegraph did all like financial stuff. I thought they were like financial.
No, that's the Financial Times. Anyway, so. All right, mate.
I see, Daz, I've got this thing called a phone, so I don't read the newspapers.
Is it? Well, I like a newspaper. Anyway, so I know, right, showing my age. But they posted something about like the headline was something along the lines of if we don't believe that gender is like something that we're born with, then how can we believe in evolution?
Okay.
Sort of thing, so, and it's a bit like, so what they're saying is, people are saying there's no evidence of your gender, and so how can we say, if there's no evidence of your gender, then how is there, how do we, because there's no evidence for actual evolution, do you know what I mean? Like, they keep on making stuff up, don't they? Do you remember that little bird that they made up? Like, some scientists got a few different birds and put them together and went, that's the missing link.
Well, to be fair, the real interesting thing about because you got microevolution and macroevolution. And macroevolution is the big, like, what you want about, which is we came from apes. Microevolution, maybe, but macroevolution, even in the scientific community, the atheist scientific community, they don't really agree on it. And it's taught in schools like it's fact. But like they've never found a missing link for any species.
Yeah.
So it's not just we haven't found the missing link for humans. not one single species have we found a missing link for where they did a massive transformation.
Didn't I hear recently that I think I heard it on Sky News, so this could be true, it might not be true, but scientists have managed to breed the step between apes and humans, like by putting human DNA with an ape's DNA or something like that, and Anyway, like, and it's really interesting because I was like, because like, I can imagine that they would go, it's so close to human that that it means that we can harvest body parts off it, and then it's like there's that whole ethical thing of, well, it's not human, so what's the problem? But then it is still a person. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the deal there?
I think that's
crazy stuff on it. Scientists just have like so like.
I mean, to be fair, if we were going to talk about that sort of stuff, I would probably talk more realistic what's happening right now, and you know, and the governmental scheme of organ harvesting that's over in China, and that the whole world just turns a blind eye to.
Wow.
You know, and if you're a Uyghur Muslim over there, you're going to be literally taken for your blood types, and the government just harvest your organs as and when needed. Like, crazy stuff happens over in China, and we ignore it.
The young men are like, "What is going on right now?"
Well, you know, we're
just digging into some stuff.
Sometimes I'm like, yeah. Sometimes some things really do my nut in. So like, you know, I think you really probably shouldn't be drinking at Starbucks anymore because they've just teamed up with Nestle.
Okay.
And Nestle believe that humans shouldn't have rights to water.
Yeah, because don't they own like loads of like pipelines and stuff and stop people from being able to drink?
And they try and buy the rivers and block them up. Yeah.
Charge people for drinking water.
Yeah.
In like really poor countries.
They don't believe it's a human right to have access to water.
That's why I don't buy Nestle.
Yeah, and it's really hard as well because Nestle as a brand owns like 40 other brands, which own 40 other brands.
Yeah, and then what happens is, like, you know, so every time I go to a shop, like if you went and checked out our coffee, I've got a lovely cup of coffee this morning, and I really do try to buy fair trade and stuff. You know what I mean? Because I think it's just a good practice. But what you don't realise is that some of these brands that own other brands, you know, it's like
Oh, it's mad difficult. It's mad difficult. But I'm like, there's a real easy direct connection between Starbucks and Nestle. So I'm like, well, that's an easy write off for me.
Okay. Well, luckily I don't go to Starbucks anymore, but I used to.
Nowadays, well, it's because I was there the other day. I was at services, and I got myself Starbucks, and then I saw this news article, and I was like,
Yeah.
There goes that then.
I won't be drinking that anymore.
That's the last one.
Come on. Whereas me, I'm like, you know, I bought myself a coffee machine, you know, because that's a great way forward. And I prefer my own coffee than what I do to
second hand as well. So you know, saving the waste of it just going to landfill.
Yeah. We're trying to be zero to landfill here at Ignite Church. So we use a company called Elgia, who zero to landfill company, who that every time they get all of our waste back to their unit, they have loads and loads of staff who go through it by hand. So they open up your bin bags and go through it all, so that they can separate it all, so it all goes to the right place and all that sort of stuff. Which is really cool.
Yeah. But they only do business waste. It's not really. It's not as creepy as going through your letters.
No. It's only business waste. Yeah, that's right. Anyhow, we have reached that moment where we're gonna have a 2-minute countdown before we start our church service. So if you've enjoyed our chat today, like I say, hit the subscribe button, join us on Facebook, hit the like button on Facebook for our church page, and join in. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we're going to come back for a church service. So we'll see you in 2 minutes. God bless you. Bye bye.